What's up, everybody? This is Carmine Davis, and you are watching and listening to The Carmine Davis Show. What is tea? How have y'all been? Chilling like a villain, chilling like a villain, chilling like a villain, honey. And I am excited to be here. But like y'all know, I ain't got all day, child. So let's get into these hot topics. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. I'm here for my health, child. Make sure you guys follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. Run it up. Also listen to my new single, I Know What Boys Like, on everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Amazon, at CarmineDavis.com/music. Let's run it up. And it's almost the anniversary of what I consider my official lead single. It's not my first single, but Never Gonna Love Again. I'm so proud of it. Millions of streams around the world. I just want to say that it encapsulates a part of my life of relationships that I was in. And I feel like what I was going through at the time in a relationship, well, multiple relationships, even though I have a few exes that think that this song is about them. And it's about all of them, actually. But a pattern of mine that I kept up for so long of dealing with bad partners. And so, yeah, I'm so thankful for that record. And I'm so glad for people receiving it. And let's keep running it up and more music to come. So now that we have that out the way, let's get into these hot topics, okay? From lovebsky.com, Bow Wow dragged for saying he misses Sean Diddy Combs' parties. Bow Wow is coming under fire for saying he misses Sean Diddy Combs' parties amid the embattled music mogul's legal troubles and sexual assault allegations. It seems unreal at times, said the rapper about Diddy's legal troubles on Roxy Diaz's More to the Story podcast Monday. Me and Jermaine Dupri spoke about it, and I was like, I never thought we would see him in this position ever. He's like the gatekeeper to the game. The rapper then said he had nowhere to go after the BET Awards for the summer because of Diddy's absence from the party scene. The past two, they just didn't feel right because there's no motion, there was no parties, there was nowhere to go, he said. Roxy Diaz clarified for her audience that the rapper was referring to Diddy's post-award show parties, not the infamous freak-offs mentioned in the Bad Boys Mo indictments. It's like he was the guy that every young hustler looked up to, said Bow Wow about Diddy. Like, he just stepped your hustle game up. You know what I mean? So it's sad and it's messed up that we got to witness this in this time, but it's fucked up. Oh, I absolutely 100%, I gotta sympathize for his kids too. Internet commenters, however, show Bow Wow no sympathy for seemingly suggesting that Diddy's parties were more important than the problematic allegations that have surrounded the mogul for years. Get a load of this loser. We booked him at the club and he couldn't even give his liquor away to the hoes. They didn't want it. Wrote one social media commenter on X. A Diddy party may actually be his best bet because I've never seen a celebrity with such an inability to get bitches. Oh my goodness. Let's look at this clip.
Like, for me, thinking on it, bruh supposed to be on a 250-foot yacht with his wife, leg up, chilling. This how you ride it out. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us probably never thought that we would see this. But for me, it's like, it's just unreal. Like, it seems unreal at times. I know me and Jermaine, we spoke about it, and I'm just like, I would never thought that we would see him in this position, ever.
Even with all the rumors that have always circulated.
Never. Just never thought I'd see it like this. Like, nah. He's like the gatekeeper to the game. To the point to where, what weekend just passed? Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties. There was nowhere to go. Like,
let's be very specific between parties and freak-offs.
No, the industry, like the parties that we attend. Like, there's me, the Terrences,
I left before one. I never stayed. I've only been to 2 parties and I've never seen a freak-off.
Yeah, but it shows, and once again, I'm separating it, right? I'm talking about him as the artist, the person, right? How monumental and how important he was to the culture. Because I said, Jermaine, there's no parties. Every year, dude had the, and you feel it. It's like a hole. It's like, damn, we ain't going. He was just such a gatekeeper for him. The liquor in the clubs, like he was everything hip hop. You know what I mean? So for that to die out, it's like you just would have never thought. And especially when you look at somebody as like somebody you study, somebody you idolize, somebody who you looked at like, yo, when it comes to hustle, when it comes to business and how to run your shit, it's like he was the guy that every young hustler looked up to and wanted to either be like or wanted to, man, I'm gonna pass this nigga. Like I want to pass this nigga. Like he just step your hustle game up. You know what I mean? So it's sad and it's messed up that, you know, we gotta.
Diddy was arrested September the 16th on charges of racketeering and human trafficking. Since then, a spate of lawsuits and reports have come out against the rapper, accusing him of sexual assault. Texas-based attorney Tony Busby has said that he is representing at least 120 alleged victims of Diddy, including minors. Diddy has denied any wrongdoing, insisting all the encounters were consensual. Look, I want to go make points. Okay, so I'm like, where do I begin? The past 2 years, you know, it felt like there was no place to go, like there's no motion, right? You could go home. Bow Wow. Home is always a choice. I think it's a shame. You know, right now, the block is hot. Bow, you know, the block is hot. Why would you think that all the things, another thing is Roxy pointed out, like all the, which I've been trying to tell y'all, like, I don't know how anybody is shocked because this is something that we have all known for years, at least people who are somewhat in tune to the entertainment world or the hip hop world. And of course, Bow Wow knows, he's probably seen certain things and then you idolized him. Sure, Puff was not the best person, but yes, his hustle was something to admire. But he was a gatekeeper of so many things because he was, you know, allegedly a predator. Those bottles and those alcohol and all that, those drugs and those lit parties were a gateway to alleged forced intercourse, trafficking, drugging people. Do you understand that? So no, it's not fun. Like I wouldn't want to do that again, knowing that those were the things that were allegedly happening. And if you want to have a party, start a party. But bitch, the reason why nobody is doing it because the hip hop community and the entertainment industry just does not know how to have a party without somebody being trafficked across the states. They don't know how to have a party without roofing a bitch. They just don't. So no, we go home. We're cooking at the house, having a little intimate party with two people. Bitch signing NDAs right now. That's just what's going on, Diddy. You know, about like if you can't invite two people at your house and enjoy the fruits of your labor in your own private sanctum without wishing that you were at a Diddy party where there was chaos and confusion everywhere, there might be something going on with you mentally where you crave that kind of, why do you want to be in that kind of situation? Knowing, I get back then not knowing, but now you know that those are the way things are. So why would you crave and even speak about missing those times? It puts me in a place where I'm concerned about, with Bow Wow's mental health, which is sad that this is not the first cry for help that I've noticed from Bow Wow, but it's significant. Leave a comment below if you understand where I'm coming from. Tap in with us. Do you get where he's coming from? Do you think the comment was taken out of context? Or do you feel that bow is completely wrong. Like, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this. We're going to move on to the next hot topic. But before we do, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. Do it for my health. 5 stars because I am a 5-star bitch. Follow us on all of our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show. TikTok.com/@Carmine Davis. Twitter.com or X.com/Carmine Davis. And I'm told to tell you guys to thumbs up this video if you're watching and rate this if you're listening. Just throwing that out there. We're going to go on to the next hot topic. Okay, from LovelyScott.com. Pharrell says, writing his hit song Happy wasn't a happy time at all. In fact, it broke him. Pharrell's entire outlook on life changed when he made his smash single Happy from a sarcastic place out of frustration from multiple failed attempts of trying to make an actually happy song. In an interview with Zhang Lo for Apple Music One ahead of the release of his biographical film, Piece by Piece, the Neptunes co-founder discussed his approach to one of his biggest hits, Happy. When I was about 40, that's when Get Lucky, Blurred Lines, Happy, all of those was the same year. The 51-year-old multi-hyphenate recalls regarding his collaboration with Daft Punk and Robin Thicke, respectively. And these were all songs that were more commissions than they were just like, I woke up one day and decided I'm going to write about X, Y, and Z. During the interview, Williams recalled completing the soundtrack for the children's film Despicable Me 2, created with Hector Pereira, and running out of ideas. He asked himself, how do you make a song and inspiration struck? It was only until you were out of the ideas and you asked yourself a rhetorical question and you came back with a sarcastic answer, and that's what Happy was. Williams said, how do you make a song about a person that's so happy that nothing can bring them down? And I sarcastically answered it and put music to it, and the sarcasm became the song, and that broke me. Happy has become one of the best-selling songs in history with over 13.9 million copies sold. I was one of them. I probably downloaded it twice. Per Forbes and CNN, the track also went on to be declared the most played song on British radio in the 2010s. It even held the record for the longest music video at one point, sitting at 24 hours long until 21 Pilots smashed the record in 2020 with a 177 days long video. As a creator, I understand where he's coming from. You know, I think it's awesome that he can even mentally pull from a place of sarcasm in the studio. I'm currently writing inspirational tracks, and it is hard to sometimes write those songs when you're not in that place, especially if you consider yourself an authentic writer, right? And I want to get to the place where I can commission and write songs that don't mean anything to me, but I'm not there yet. I've always just been a writer and able just to write what I'm feeling, even if I'm mentally not understanding that that's what I'm feeling. I always are able, if you go listen to my music and even the old songs that, child, you gotta go and hunt for. I'm not all my old shit from a couple of years ago, you know. Those songs, they were songs from my heart, you know, or songs that I was writing to manifest, or even back in the days when I was a teenager, I was writing songs about a dream life, right? And these were things that were still in my mind. I just never knew how to write something sarcastically. But I love Happy. That's one of my favorite songs. I'm sorry that it brought him so much pain, but I love that song. Cause I'm happy. Like, that was one of my favorite songs. Like, I love that song. Leave a comment below. Are you a fan of Happy? Were you one of those people who hated Happy? I know there's a lot of people out there who cannot stand that song. I think they're just haters. I think that was a beautiful song. The gospel inclusion and all of that. Like, I thought that song was amazing. And I loved that that was a moment that the world shared. And yeah, leave a comment below. We're about to move on to the next topic. Before we do, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, rate, and this podcast. I'm doing it for my health. Thumbs up this video and rate this audio. If you're watching or listening, I hope you do both. And follow us on our socials, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/Carmine Davis, Twitter.com/Carmine Davis, or X.com/Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis if I hadn't said it. And we're going on to the next and final hot topic from LovelyScott.com. Cooper Koch says he didn't use a prosthetic penis for Monster's Full-Frontal nude scene. Well hung. Okay. Here, this show is pro-gay, pro-woman, and pro-black, right? But I think it's understood that we're well hung in this place, okay? I love a big dick, bitch. Like, I appreciate it. I don't like taking them. Full disclosure. You ain't running up at me. My coochie is tight, and I want to keep it that way. But I appreciate it. And I ain't scared of it. Now, I will. Full disclosure now, and ain't no liquor without sticking, but how did I get on this tangent? How did I get here? Oh, right. Back to the hot topic. I'm sorry. Oof. I just had to throw that out there if you were at all curious, which I'm sure you were. Cooper Koch is sharing some behind-the-scenes secrets. The actor replaced real-life convicted murderer Eric Mendez in the Netflix drama co-created by Ryan Murphy told Andy Cohen on Monday night's episode of Watch What Happens Live that he did not use a prosthetic penis to film a scene where his character appears naked while showering in prison. Koch made the announcement during Cohen's countdown of the most iconic frontal noodle scenes in entertainment history, which also included mentions of Jude Law and the talented Mr. Ripley, Kate Winslet in Titanic, Daniel Radcliffe in the play Equus, and Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct. While Cohen discussed Mark Wahlberg's prosthetic dick in Boogie Nights, Koch jumped in for clarifications of his own. Also, just to say, mine was not a prosthetic, Koch said with a smile, later jumping to express a playful sorry for interrupting Cohen with the revelation. Cohen responded, asking, "You're very blessed, aren't you?" To which Koch grinned and said, "Well hung." Uh-oh. Let's see.
Also, just to say, mine was not a prosthetic.
Tonight, we're counting down the top 5 most iconic full-frontal moments. Coming in at number 5, it is when Jude Law played Dickie and showed one in the talented Mr. Ripley. Number 4 doesn't involve a wee-wee, but it does involve Rose being drawn like one of Jack's French girls in Titanic. That's number 4. If you're looking for a foot-long dong, look no further than Mark Wahlberg's prosthetic dick in Boogie Nights, which is...
Also, just to say, mine was not a prosthetic.
Well, that was going to be my next question.
Sorry.
Congratulations to you, Cooper. You're very blessed, aren't you?
Well hung.
Number 2 is Daniel Radcliffe in the Broadway revival of Equus, where the horses may have been blinded, but the theater goers saw that full bush all on their own. And the number 1 most iconic full frontal moment is Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct, the interrogation scene, which had Wayne Knight sweating more than that dinosaur did in Jurassic Park. Mazel on all your hard work, and mazel to you, Cooper Koch.
Koch's nude scene occurs on episode 3 of the series, which I needed to know because I don't know if I'm watching the whole thing, but I do want to see that, which was inspired by true stories of brothers Lyle and Eric Mendez, who were sentenced in prison in 1996 for the brutal murders of their parents, Jose and Kitty Mendez. Shortly after the brothers' initial arrest, the show's version of events depicts Eric as particularly resistant to prison life, though he forms a peculiar bond with a fellow prisoner, and the pair share an intimate, albeit non-physical, scene in the shower. Ooh, I'm gonna have to watch that. Now, I love Ryan Murphy because he always likes to push the envelope when it comes to sex. I want to be in a Ryan Murphy film. I got some blessings I don't mind sharing. I'm not ashamed of my beauty or my body or anything. So, Ryan Murphy, put that out there if you want to see a full-sized, bitch on the screen for once, everything is everything over here. Okay, I'm very proud of myself too, but that has nothing to do with anything. I love Ryan Murphy's way of exploring the body. I'm watching Grotesquerie, and I love the sex scenes, and I love how he makes them so romantic and passionate, but still kind of nasty at the same time. I love the way he does it. Very, very gay friendly. And I love a white boy who's hung. Now, one thing I will say is, as growing into the sex scene and dealing with You know, I've talked multiple times on this show about my admitting that I'm down with the swirl. You know, I'm cool with these white boys. You know, these boys are fine out here. And it's mainly because they are swinging. They got ass, they got thighs. White boys are running around here with dicks, bitch. Like, dicks. Like, dicks. Like, an ass. Like, they are, ugh. And then there, you know, there is a kind of, y'all know what I'm about to say. There is a understanding that white boys aren't always, they don't smell as good as our brown counterparts, you know. But that is kind of demystifying. These white boys are walking around here cocoa butter and down, shea butter. Well, where the fuck are you doing with this? I don't know. White boys. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there before I get canceled. Like, if anything, I was gonna ever say that would be the thing that would got me canceled out of the 4 seasons on the show. That would have got me canceled. But, you know, white boys, what's up? What's up? I'm admitting it. I'm down with the swirl. I'm cool with it. If you hanging, I'm banging. Like, what's up? But we're going to end the show right there. I love you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to this show. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow the show. Make sure you guys, I'm sorry, I'm hot, you know. There's a particular white boy. But, okay, make sure you follow us on all our socials. Instagram.com/Carmine Davis, Instagram.com/Carmine Davis Show, TikTok.com/Carmine Davis, X.com/Carmine Davis, Facebook.com/Carmine Davis. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys listen to my new single, I Know a Boy's Life.